darlings, look at this lovely cake I've just made in less than 10 minutes. It's beautiful, only a few ingredients. You must try it, it's delicious. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hello my darlings, hope you're all well out there. Today we are going to be making a lovely, really easy cake. Can be a celebration cake. It's my father-in-law's birthday, so I'm making this one for him. But I just want to show you how literally within about 5 minutes you can get this lovely flan cake. And what you're going to need is a flan base, because we're not going to make the sponge ourselves today. We want it quick and easy. So in the box, this was from Morrison's. I had to go to 3 different shops actually to find these flan cases. Everyone used to do them before, but not anymore. Anyway, so it's one of these. We're going to open it up. And literally, this is probably the hardest bit, which is to slice this. I'm just going to get rid of the top bits, but slice the base into 2, because we're going to assemble it in here. So we're going to have half of the sponge at the bottom and then a thin layer on the top as well, and in between we're going to have strawberries and cream and custardiness going on. So anyway, we need a flan base, got that. We need some double cream. We need some, again, you could do this all from scratch, but we're doing a quick easy one. We need some ready-made custard, which we're going to mix in with the cream, and we need some strawberries. And you can stop at that, but knowing me, I'll probably add a few more bits as I go on. But yeah, and all we need to do with the strawberries, let's see if you can see, I'll move my little flan case here. All we're going to do with the strawberries is cut them in half. I've washed them, and then we're just going to cut them in half so they look pretty when we assemble. But I'll show you that in a minute. For now, let's get this base and cut it in half. What I'm going to do first of all is just get rid of this top bit, which I'll probably just chuck into the cake as it goes on. But yeah, got to try and get this to well, slice this in half, and it's quite thin as it is. But anyway, let's get rid of these top bits like that. This really is a brilliant little cake. It tastes fantastic. It looks really you know, really nice. So yeah, so you can see we've got that there, and now I don't know whether to use a big knife, but my bread knife is quite thick. I used to have a thin one, but I don't know what happened to it. Probably got rid of it, but I'm going to try and, actually it's not too bad. Famous last words. But I'm going to just try and slice this. I hope you can see. I'll move it back a little bit here. So all I'm doing is just gently, it's handy if you've got one of these kind of rotating bases, because then you can just spin it around. But a little bit of patience, which is not in me normally, but I've got to try. Are we there? Oh, good. Right, so we're nearly there. Just have to get into the middle bit. So look, I'll do this and then I'll show you what I've done. In case it goes completely wrong, you won't be watching me. Right guys, so that's the bottom bit. This one I'm going to use for the top because it looks nicer than the other one. This one was got a little bit broken, but it doesn't matter at the bottom. Just flatten it down and try and get it in, you know, as best as you can. So that's our base, and that's our top, and we're going to save this for the end. Okie dokes. Right, so we need to whip our cream up, and actually I haven't even got my whisker ready. So we'll whip the cream up and I'll be back. Right, so we're going to whip our cream up. I'd say you need about 300 ml. I already had some from another pot, so, but yeah, say a 300 ml pot. Is this 300 ml? Sorry, 600 ml pot should do it. So let's whisk it up, just the cream. And then when this thickens up, we're going to add the custard to it, and that's literally the middle of the cake. Okay, I'll come back, it's a bit boring. Why does cream take so long to whisk up? What I should have done, a little tip for you, and for me as well for next time, is that if you take your cream out an hour before you're going to be whisking it, it whisks up really quickly. But if it comes out straight from the fridge, then, do you know what I'm talking? I don't even know if you can hear me. Yeah, if you take the cream out of the fridge an hour before you're going to whisk it up, it whisks up really quickly. If you try and whisk cold cream, it seems to take forever. But anyway, I need to carry on. Okay, so all we're doing now is, I've washed the strawberries, we're just cutting them in half, taking the little green bit off, and try and find big strawberries if you can. If they can be as similar in size as possible, it just makes the overall look of the cake a bit more even. So yeah, I'll just chop these up and then I'll show you what we do. Right, okay, so we've chopped up the strawberries in halves. And what we're going to do, I've got my, so you need one of these, spring pans, so we can open it up easily. So we've got our strawberries, and all we're going to do is lay them inside to the outside. So I'll do a few and then just show you how it looks. I hope I've got enough strawberries here. My lovely son, I bought the strawberries, put them in the fridge, and he decided to eat half of them last night, not realising that I needed them for this. So anyway, so look, we're just putting them all the way around, and it kind of, you know, because they're a little bit wet, the strawberries, they tend to stick to the side, so that's perfect. So yeah, just try and get them evenly around. Fingers crossed I've got enough. I'll do that and then come back to you. Okay, so look, we've decorated them like that. So we're just going to put that to the side for the minute and get onto the cream. So, as you know, I've been whisking my cream. That's got to, it's still a little bit runny. It's a little bit more. In fact, let me add my last little bit of my vanilla extract. That can go in there. Don't have to put that in, but it does add a nice flavour. Oh my God. Right, forget that. That's gone. I'm going to show you, once I've finished this, I'm going to show you the cutest little thing that we've got that brings so much joy to my life now, my love. I'll show you. Anyway, so vanilla in, give that a little stir, a little whisk. This cream, honestly, this cream has been the bane of my life today, really. Right, so we've got our ready-made custard. This is such an easy recipe, and I mean, birthday cakes or any celebration cakes cost an absolute fortune now, don't they? So this literally takes 5 minutes. Whisking the cream seems to be the longest bit at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to put the custard in. This is a 500 gram pack. It's, oh God, these noises. I always seem to make stuff that create very vulgar noises. So we'll ignore that. La 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 la. Right, that's that. Done. Whisk the custard in with the cream. That's it. Lovely. I'm just going to have a little taste, make sure it doesn't need a little bit of icing sugar, just to make sure it's sweet enough. And try and get the last bit of this. These cartons are great, but I say they're great. You end up leaving half of the stuff in there. At least with a tin, can really give it a good little scrape out. Anyway, I could open it if I really wanted to and do that. But yeah, I think I'm going to put a little bit of icing sugar in here. Just a little bit, not too much, but I think you could do with a little bit more sweetness. So I'd say 1 to 2 tablespoons, but to your liking. You taste it, see what you think, and do it to how you like it. So final little stir up, and we're just going to pour it in. Right, that'll do. There we go, they're for me for later. Okay, and then we've got this, it's not as set as it will be once it's been in the fridge and got cold for a couple of hours. Actually, oh God, I'm not trusting this, I'll need to whisk it a bit more. I'll come back to you. Right, so the cream has, I've whisked it up a bit more, it did need it. So yeah, it needs to be about that consistency, because the last thing we want is to open the tin once we think it's set and everything just collapses. Never happened to me before, but it could do, couldn't it? Yeah, so just make sure it's firm enough for you. And then all we're going to do with that, put that there, is, actually let me get a little spatula. Sorry about that. I really need to get more organised with you guys. Half the time I think I'm not going to do the recording, so I don't get things ready. And then, right, what I'm going to also do, so that's that. Let me see, I'm just gently pushing it in. I've got some kiwis, and I want to put the kiwis in there. I don't normally, but I think a little bit of green on here might look quite nice as well. And I've got the kiwis, need to be used up, so why not put them in? So yeah, let me chop up my little kiwis. Got them in a little container at the minute, but I'll chop them up and then we can sprinkle them on top and then put the last bit on. Nearly there. Right, my lovelies, okay. So I've chopped up my little kiwi. I'm just gonna scatter them around the top, showing a little bit on the edges if I can. So then when we open it up, it looks nice. So yeah, just put your kiwis all around, like that, all around the edges. So I'm hoping it's gonna, I've not put kiwi in before, but hoping it's gonna just have a nice little green tinge to it as well, to look pretty. We are pretty much there, to be honest. Do you know what? I've got a couple more kiwis. I'm going to put them in as well. Might as well use them up. So I'll cut that out. Yeah, pineapple would be good in this as well. Any fruit you've got, really, passion fruit would be lovely. Give it a beautiful flavour. Okay, so, oh, I just can't leave things alone. I have to keep going on and on. But anyway, right, that's that. Let's get the last of this little our cream going on there. And then we'll put the lid on and it's done. I say lid, the top of the sponge. And it just needs a couple of hours in the fridge. For even the night before, you know, whatever, but at least it needs at least a couple of hours to just really set. Get that in there. My hands are clean, by the way. Okay. So it doesn't need to be, you know, perfect in any way. But wait till you see this, the result, it looks so lovely. And I mean, this probably ends up costing £5 to make. Where are you going to buy a beautiful, fresh cream, lots of fruit, cake, you know, for that price? Even like the cakes in Tesco's and the supermarkets now, you know, like the birthday cakes, they're like 20, 30 quid. It's unbelievable. Anyway, so we've got our top. That's going to go on like that. In fact, what I didn't do, I'm just going to try, oh no, I need to cut this to size and I didn't do that. Oh God. Right, excuse that. Don't do anything I've said because I'm obviously not very good today. I need to trim the edge to fit in here. What I should have done was basically put this on the top, which is what I'm gonna, in fact I'll do it, let's do it together, shall we? So if we put that there, put that on top. What I would have normally have done is just wedged it in, but now I'm gonna have to just trim it around, which is fine, doesn't take a minute. There we go. In fact, I might even push these little bits. Shall I push these to the side? Again, this is my, like, not wanting to waste anything. I want to use these little bits up. Yeah, I'm gonna live on the edge and put these on as well. And then hopefully the other bit will just sit on top. Or it might not fit again now, but I don't know. Right, so I've just put them on the edges. I'm just ad hocing this now. Where's my top gone? Where's it gone? Oh, it's underneath. Right, so that's back there. This is the top that we hope, please God, will fit on. Yeah, beautiful. So just push it down as much as you can, like that. And we're going to wrap it up in cling film, put this in the fridge. I'm going to go shopping, so I'm going to go shopping, come back, and hopefully by then we'll be able to, you know, open it up and show you how it looks. Also, what I'm going to do is put lots of icing sugar on the top and try and do a little pattern. I'll show you anyway after. But yeah, cling film this up, in the fridge it goes, and come back in a few hours. I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh, and by the way, here is my little teddy boy. Teddy, say hello. He wants his, he's a fast little mover. I've had to chase him around the house to pick him up for you, but how cute is he? He's 3 months old, he's only a baby, and he's such a good boy. He's learning, he's learning to wee on his little mat, and he's doing really good with that. He's a little treasure. Isn't he cute? Look at his little face. Teddy, say hello. Anyway, shouldn't be doing that. Oh yes, I will be washing my hands when I touch the food again. Okay guys, right, so this has been in the fridge for about, I don't know, about 5 hours. When I did my shopping, came back, and it's nice and cold, so hopefully it's going to come out of the tin in one piece. I hope so. All we've got to do now is turn that round. Just put some icing sugar on the top, and I'm going to try a little experiment in a minute, so we'll see how that comes out. I'm going to try and make a little decoration on it, but first of all, let's get our icing sugar all over it, like that. Hope you can see me okay. Yeah, make sure it's completely covered. That should be enough. Okay, and now we're going to undo it. Oh my God. Let's see if it comes out in one piece. I'll look a bit silly if it doesn't. Oh, right. Just give it a little. Make sure I think it's coming out okay. Are you ready? Are you steady? How's it looking? Ta-da! Not bad. That looks good, doesn't it? What do you think about that? Get to that bit. Yeah. Nice and pretty. Beautiful. And then what I'm going to do in a minute is I've got my skewer. I'm going to heat it up, make it really hot, and I'm going to try and do a couple of little patterns and see how that goes. If it all fails, then I can just put some more icing sugar on the top. So let's go to the cooker and see what we can do with it. Okay, so look, this is an experiment. I've not done this before. I'm getting a bit adventurous. I'm heating up. Hopefully I'm going to get it to a very hot temperature, and then I'm just going to press it onto the top of the cake. So we'll see how it goes, and what the idea is for it to get like a nice caramelised little line, but we'll see. I don't know how hot it needs to be, but let's go for it. Do you reckon that's about right? Let's see how that goes. Okay, so, oh, it's fizzling about. Don't want to push it too much. Oh no. Epic fail, right? Forget that. Stay there. Cover it up. Nobody saw that. Yeah, I was expecting a lovely caramelised couple of lines, looking all artistic, but no, that's not happening. But we do have this lovely cake here. So what do you think? I think that's nice, a little candle on it. In fact, I'm going to dress it up a little bit and show you how pretty it can be. It looks a bit plain Jane at the moment. So we'll be back. Okay, so I've been in the garden. I've picked a lovely little rose. Smells beautiful. I've just put a little bit of foil around it, and that's going to be my decoration. So I'll put that up there, like that. Anyway, and that just elevates it, doesn't it, to a different level. What do you think? Beautiful.